Hey y'all, Roxanne here. So I haven't been feeling really well, and I thought I was actually gonna not film a video for this week, and I thought, you know what? I made a promise to myself, so we're gonna do it. 52 weeks, 52 videos. We're making it happen. But so for this week, it's gonna be a little bit different. It's not gonna be, hiking in beautiful places, lots of B-roll, really fun things. But I do want to talk about two things that have kind of been on my mind in regards to some of the stuff that's come up in my comment section. Number one, has this idea that I'm rich, which I get it. I get it. I do. I remember one comment that I got. I don't even remember what video it was, but the person basically said, I hope to be as rich as you are one day. And I probably said something encouraging back, but at the same time, I was like, what are you talking about? I am not rich. Because when I think rich, I think like the 1%, the people that don't struggle with money, that are just out there doing whatever they want, lavish lifestyles, all that good stuff. That is not me. But when I sat with it and thought about it, relatively speaking, the answer to that is yes. So not in the way that you think, like it's not a financial thing at all, but I'm rich in a lot of ways. Number one, I have a really great foundation as far as money and finances and things like that go. Apart from like having studied business in undergraduate school and like even in high school, because I went to a business high school, my family, specifically my parents, have done an amazing job of teaching financial literacy and working with credit, loans, that kind of thing, and modeling that behavior for me. So when I walked into adulthood, I didn't have any of that. I knew about credit cards and I knew how to use them responsibly. I'm one of those weirdos that pays the thing off at the end of every month. So I hate interest. I hate interest unless I'm earning it. I went to undergraduate on a full scholarship and had a living stipend and all of that good stuff. For graduate school, same thing. I was on a fellowship that covered all of my tuition. And then I had a grant that I also had that covered books and some of my living expenses. So I didn't come out of school either time with any kind of student loan debt. The certificates I've owned have been paid for by my job. There's just all of these ways that I've learned through school, but also through my parents to kind of make sure that I'm not weighed down by that moving into and through adulthood. As I said, I'm debt averse. So me and interest, unless I'm earning it, I don't like it. I also had to work up to buying this van. So it's one of the reasons why I was going minivan, because I thought minivan is manageable. That's a loan I can do and I'm not going to be overwhelmed by it. I'd had a car loan before, found that I was able to pay that while working and it was fine. And so I thought, okay, I'll do that. And then this thing came along and everybody in my life was just like, you got to do it. You got to do it. But it took me steps to get to this. It wasn't like I just went out and did it. I also drive an old car. My daily driver is a 2010 Honda that I've had forever, since basically I think we bought it in 2009. And it's bounced around the family and come back to me. And that's what I drive on a regular basis if I got to go anywhere. I'm not out here balling in a brand new whatever. I was before I got this van, but I decided I didn't need that. If I had this, I just need something to get around. And so there are areas of life where I have made sacrifices like that I think have allowed me to be in this position. Another one is that I haven't lived on my own for the last 5 years. I've lived with friends or family, as someone that is almost 50. So that is something that a lot of people in my age range and my, mindset will not do, but I knew that this was a goal. And so I made those sacrifices to get here. The other part, I think, where you can see that, where I saw, or I really felt like, I am actually rich, is my health. I am, for the most part, able-bodied. I'm able to work and earn money to pay for things like this. It's not like I'm where I was, because long COVID has jacked me up. There's still things that are not going at 100% for me, but at the same time, I'm still very able-bodied, which to me, that is the greatest wealth that we have. Your health, that is the greatest wealth that we have. Like, I think if we don't grasp that, like we miss so much. And then I think the other place that I would say that I'm very, very rich is in relationship. It's something that I have had most of my life. I've had friends that have looked and they're just like, you're an introvert. Why do you know so many people? I don't know. I really don't know. And like, I feel like anytime I go anywhere, I pick up more that just are part of my circle now. And, you know, we keep them in rotation and we stay in touch and we go visit and we do all these things. But I also have this inner circle that's very, very rich that supports me, that encourages me, that, you know, last year when I was giving up, looked at me and they said, absolutely not. What do we have to do to get you on the road? What do we need to do to get you into the dream so that you aren't losing hope, that you are moving forward? Like we've watched you struggle. We want you to go. We want you to, like, we're going to miss you when you're gone, but we want you to go. And I've had friends and family that have been amazing to me. And I know that not everybody has that, which is why I say that I am rich in that area. I know that there are people that struggle with having community around them, that struggle with family connections, that struggle with friends that are loyal and safe and people that encourage you and cause you to keep moving forward. There are a lot of people that have friends and family that try to hold them back. And for that, that's why I say that I am indeed rich in that area, because I have amazing friends. I have an amazing support circle. So yeah, I'm relatively speaking, yeah, I would say I am rich. Not like financially, I'm a baller, like walking around, I can just drop cash and pay for whatever. Not that. I still got to work for this. Still got to work for it. But in all the ways that matter, I am rich. Yeah. Part two, the second thing I want to do is to bring just a word of encouragement to some people that have made comments on my videos about me being brave, about me, you know, about wanting to do what I'm doing, but they just don't feel comfortable. They're afraid, just whatever that is. But first, it is getting cold in this van. So I am going to make some tea and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so while we let that steep, I am going to talk about the fact that everyone in my family, even my friends, say that this is me. If you've seen Inside Out, I can't even lie. That is me. I make her faces. I say the things that she says. She's definitely at my control panel. Yeah. The second thing I want to talk about, though, is I've seen comments that have said, like people have said, oh, I would love to do that. You know, I'm just not adventurous. You're so brave for doing this. I have a van and I haven't been able to take it out yet. Things like that. And I know that fear and disappointment are some things that can definitely hold us back from the things that we really, really want. But I would really encourage you to find ways to overcome those things. For me last year, I had gotten to the place with my health where I was so done. I had given up on a lot of things. I thought I was never going to get better. I was like, this is going to be my life now. There's no point in dreaming about van life. It's not safe for me to drive. Just all of these things that got me to the point where I was no longer wanting to do this because I was so disappointed in the last 4 years and my health and the things that had happened. And one of the things that was so incredibly life-giving to me was the encouragement to find ways to incorporate small points of joy into my life. I had given up on that completely, and I looked for ways to bring this dream, even though I had no idea that it was this close, but to bring this dream back. So like I would go on, day trips to state parks, and I would just sit in my car because, I'd driven there and that was enough energy expenditure. I couldn't do anything else. I would go for very, very slow and very small walks in my neighborhood. I would just find things that put me in the path of being able to do this. And so if your dream is to do van life, if your dream is to travel, if your dream is to road trip, if your dream is to camp, hike, go back to school, start a YouTube channel, just whatever it is, I would encourage you to find ways to do small bits of that this year. You don't have to do this. This is not for everybody. You don't have to do this. But if you want to do something like this, take a road trip in your car, go camping, find some friends. Like, I know that I'm ridiculously adventurous. And so for me, it's nothing to hop on a plane and go to another country and bounce around, even though I don't speak the language. I've done that. I also go hiking by myself, or I used to anyway. I go camping by myself, much to the chagrin of my family. Like, these are all things that I know that I do that other people won't. So find somebody that will go with you and go with them. Get a couple friends together and be like, hey, do you want to take a road trip to the next town over and just have a day there on a Saturday? Find ways to do the thing that you love in small increments so that you can grow into doing the big thing. And then for my special friends, I call us the kindergartners, those of us that are doing this YouTube thing together, don't give up. I know it's so hard, but don't give up. Like, keep posting, keep sharing your life, keep sharing your experiences, keep teaching, keep showing people, keep encouraging, keep doing the things that you're doing. Figure out what works, and if it's not working, figure out why and do something else. But also, I would encourage you to understand your why. That was one of the things that when I had my channel before, I knew I didn't want to talk about long COVID. There was no passion there, but this, definitely passionate about this. And for me, doing these videos is not only for me. We joke about the fact that, so my father has dementia, and we joke, it's kind of morbid actually. We joke about the fact that when I get older, that we're going to show me these videos. My family's going to show me these videos to remind me of the life that I had. But I also do these videos because I want to encourage my nieces, my nephews even, my cousins, like whoever that wants to do things like this, they can actually do it. I want them to know that they can do it. I want to show them places. I want to take family members that aren't able to travel and do the things that I want to do, but have an interest in it. I want to take them along and show them what's out there. I wish that I'd had this medium of communication when I lived abroad, because the things that I could have shown people from my travels in Brazil, all over Europe, parts of Africa, like all of that stuff would have been amazing. So know your why about why you're posting and stick to that even when it gets hard. Yeah. And by the way, if you have a YouTube channel and it's kind of like mine where you're doing like van life, RV life, travel, that kind of stuff, put it in the comments below. I'm going to actually create a comment and pin it. Comment there so that like people like my sister who look at the comments on my videos and kind of goes and finds you guys and subscribes to them, other people can find you that way. I think that would be really, really cool. So with all that, I think it's getting dark and it's still cold. I still have my tea, so I'm going to definitely drink that. But I think I'm going to say goodnight. I think that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still here, I really appreciate it. And we've got some fun travels next. So I hope you stick around, especially for the next couple videos. I think those are going to be really fun. But until then, take good care.